Hey guys, I'm Red. Thanks for checking out my channel. So I have this awesome job coming up, shooting in Copenhagen for 21 days, and I'm going to be doing Steadicam on a Valorant competition. So I figured you guys could come with me, and before I talk more about it, let's do some foreshadowing. First day of the show, let's do it. Is this place haunted? Because everything is breaking. I boom down the arm and snap. My arm snaps. It was going to be insanely dangerous, but it was still a lot of fun. Time is getting very confusing here. We got out early tonight. Well, 10:30. So now that you know a lot more about the job than I do, I can tell you the truth. I'm pretty nervous about this job. I've never flown with my gear before, and there's a lot of variables I just can't account for. So we're just gonna have to learn this together. It's still a few days out, so let's start with my gear and how I packaged it a little differently. These are all the cases that I plan on bringing. It is 8 cases, that is the maximum, and not including my carry-ons. In my carry-on, I have to put all my batteries that I'm bringing with me in plastic wrap. That's gonna be a lot of fun to keep in my bag. I am bringing my cart with me. My cart is just basically from getting me from like a car to the airplane, from the airplane to an Uber. I am bringing my old stand because it is smaller and easier to pack. This is a new case for my arm, and I just wanted a hard case to keep it safe. These are the cart wheels. I could put the wheels in the actual cart, but it was too heavy when I did that, so they wouldn't let me do it, so it's got its own case. The live case is the same, the EDC case is the same, my actual Steadicam is the same, and then I had to get a new case for my arm, no, not my arm, for my vest, and inside of my vest, covered in bubble wrap, is the charger for the batteries. So that's everything. So hopefully everything gets there. I'm really nervous about that. I did contact the airline and gave them the weights of everything so that they know how many cases I'm bringing and to be ready for it. It is something that I fear, but I still have another day, so let's have some fun before I have to fly. Well, today's the day. Ready for the flight. It's a little bit sad in here, so we're going to watch the news, try to cheer up.
SAS has filed for bankruptcy protection in the US.
Now to the Danish capital, Copenhagen. A gunman there has killed 3 people and seriously wounded several more.
More than 3,000 total cancellations just since Sunday morning.
Time to go. Time to move on my stuff. All my stuff ready to go. The Uber is actually early. Just went through security. I thought that it was going to be a real pain, but it was not a problem at all. They didn't even check my case and all the batteries. I thought for sure they were going to look into all the batteries. "11 hours later. Time for the scary part. Time to see if my gear has made it. I got it. I'm very excited. In the room with all my gear, I'm very excited. Now it is time to check things though to make sure everything is working. Everything looks great. I'm very happy about that. I can't believe no problems happened on this trip, but I'm very happy about that. I am very tired though. Obviously I didn't get much sleep on the plane, like whoever does. and it is like super early in the morning, LA time here, but I'm gonna try to stay up as late as I can and try to get on the correct clock. But I have like some COVID tests and stuff to do first. So I was extremely tired yesterday, so I mostly just napped. Today I thought I had to work, but apparently they don't need me. So I'm just gonna go wander around the city and see what I can get into. I don't have any plans, but let's just see what I find. So yesterday was fun, but I actually worked today and I got some pretty good sleep, so it's time to get all this crap out of my room. After arriving to the set and meeting everybody I needed to talk to, me and the other operators found an out-of-the-way, bright spot to build everything. This is how I received the camera from the people responsible for the wireless transmission signal. I usually get the camera from them because they're testing the wireless signal days before I get there. The camera is a Grass Valley LDX compact, maybe an 86, but I didn't look at the model number. This is a common camera to go on a Steadicam on a live show, so I was familiar with it. The lens is a Canon wide angle, but I don't know exactly which one. The black box on top is how the wireless video signal is sent. It also receives controls from the truck that can change all the settings like iris and white balance. I think it controls every setting. On the back, it has a V-mount battery bracket to power everything, although I always use a converter so I can power it off my sled. This converter is the other Steadicam op Mike's. He let me borrow it instead of using two adapters to do the same thing. The small box attached to that is the receiver for the tally light, so I know when I'm live. All that came mounted to a cam jam plate at the bottom, which is great because I can mount this directly to my Steadicam. I did need to move it forward more on the camera to allow more space to balance, because I was not adding a battery on the back of the camera anymore. I was also given a microphone, but it didn't have a mounting situation yet. I ended up mounting it to a rod through an articulating arm. I do wish there was a lighter, more elegant system though. That weird bundle of tape on the side of the camera is the tally light from their system, taped together with the sensor from my system. It's so extra because if any light spills into the sensor, it'll give me a false tally, which is just scary and confusing. This system seems ready to go, but as I was building it, I found that when the lens received power to the internal motors, it would automatically focus to infinity and stay there. I automatically assumed the problem was me, so after testing everything with all my backups, I found that there was a problem with the lens. So we swapped the lens out for another one, and that one worked perfectly. At the bottom stage, they gave me a viewback, which is a wireless video receiver similar to a Teradek that'll let me watch the return. That lets me watch the program like the end viewer would see it. However, this one is not working and needed to be replaced. And this is what the sled looks like all set up. She's a beauty. It's really empty in here now. It's kind of lonely. I'm happy to have the space though. So today was not a super difficult day. I think we only worked like 5 hours, but it was kind of chaotic because there were a couple problems with the camera, but everything got solved. I'm sure I talked about that in B-roll. It was really cool to run into some new people. I didn't realize one of my friends was going to be on this show, so that was really cool. And I also met another Steadicam operator that's on this show that I didn't know was going to be on the show at all. I didn't know there was another operator. I'm going to go to bed now though. I do have an early day tomorrow, and I know you're thinking that it's not even late out, but just the sun doesn't really go down that much here. So, today was a rehearsal day, and today is the type of rehearsal day that is actually meant for the crew. So it is spent mostly on blocking the shots and doing the choreography of how the shots are going to go. This show is mostly video games, so we're doing mostly ins and outs, and like when they want to reveal the players or when the teams win. So we have to have different plans for if this team wins or if this team wins. If team A wins, I do this. If team B wins, I do this, basically. So we rehearse that over and over again all day long until we're really good at it. There were a couple problems today. I still don't have a return monitor, and the return monitor is how I see what the show looks like. And without that, I can't tell what the other cameras are doing, so it's a little bit confusing. They're working on that. Hopefully they'll have it done tomorrow. I don't know. I also had to change out the lens again today. They weren't able to control the iris on it, so we replaced it with a different lens, and I think this lens looks better anyway, so I'm happy with the lens change. And I also found that one of my batteries is broken. The pin that you attach it to the Steadicam with, or to whatever with, the gold mount pin, is pushed into the battery, so I don't know if that's fixable or if that battery is just dead now, but it's unfortunate. Today we didn't shoot with any actual talent. We shoot with stand-ins who sit in the chairs and go through the motions, so we're not shooting empty chairs or nobody standing anywhere. Tomorrow we'll be shooting with actual talent, and tomorrow is the kind of day that is more about the talent learning where they're supposed to go than it is about us, but we get better at shooting the things when we keep doing it over and over again, so it's also for us. So today was a hard day. I think tomorrow will be even harder, but I'm gonna get some rest. See you guys tomorrow. Oh yeah, I did forget something. I had a utility that was supposed to be helping me do like moving around and getting me batteries and things, just somebody specifically to help me out and with anything that I need. And mine just didn't show up today and nobody knew how to contact them. So they hired a new person like on the spot. So somebody got a call while he was at the gym to work for a month starting in an hour. No tallies for the second one.
Let's do it, baby! All right, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Put your hands down. Okay, I want 3, 2, 1. I want to look down. Look right up at the camera. Cool. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Action. Nice.
Sorry, I didn't record anything last night. I was so exhausted when I got home. I had stolen some fruit from Crafty to eat for dinner, and I was falling asleep while I was eating it, so I just went to bed. So yesterday was about showing the choreography to the talent, and basically we would practice the camera moves while they were showing the choreography. We did 8 separate teams, and they would be shown how to walk and where to walk, and we would have to redo it if somebody made a mistake or missed a cue or something like that. But for the most part, it's not that hard. The hard part of the day was really that they wanted all of these teams to get their own individual shots done, and each player to get their own individual shot, so that they could do like advertisements or reveals of each player, and like their name would come up and it'd be a cool Steadicam shot where it'd be like a slow motion thing. The person would turn around and make like a cool face or something like that. We had to shoot a ton of those, and we didn't get a lot of time to shoot them, so it was a lot of fast action and a lot of heavy Steadicam work. These basically work by having a producer talk to the players, get them hyped up, and give them ideas of how to do like something so that they're all not exactly the same shot. And then we would kind of work together, and I would get the opportunity to kind of make up the Steadicam movement for it and do different things. They want all the shots to look different, but nothing really that crazy happened. They did want us to use a new light on the front of the camera, which was very heavy and didn't really do that much. It wasn't very bright. So we convinced them to let us, instead of putting it on the Steadicam, we could have the utilities just hold the light behind us whenever they did need that shot. I also did find early in the morning that my vest was really loose, and I found that there were a ton of loose screws, and I'm guessing that was just from the flight, but I'm glad I found it before anything crazy happened. I did get to sleep in a little bit today because today we start at 11:30, so I don't have to be down there for a little while, and I can get some chores done. So I guess I'll get to that. It's $150 for laundry. That's such a racket. They know you don't have any other choice. First day of the show, let's do it.